Welcome to your second trimester. This is the golden age of your pregnancy. This is when you have the most energy. You're going to start feeling your baby move. You're hopefully not feeling any more nausea. This is going to be a really wonderful time in your life. Okay, so the mind section, we're going to focus on planning the baby shower and the mother blessing, which is a ceremony that really honors the mother. And if you want to make it just a blessing way, then we can honor the dad as well. We're also going to talk about how to organize the bedroom where the new kind of magic happens. So we're going to use a lot of tools and tricks that will help you create a really serene, simple environment in your bedroom. And if you have a nursery, you can use these same tips for the nursery. Okay, this was the very decadent and wonderful cake that I had at my baby shower. It was full of cream cheese and lots of sugar and all this stuff that I wouldn't recommend eating every day, but man, it was delicious. We're going to be talking about baby shower basics, mother blessing basics, and sentiment versus consumerism. Baby shower basics. First off, we want to figure out the 5 W's of your baby shower, the who, what, when, where, and why. You get to decide who you want to invite to your baby shower. Do you want to invite everybody? Do you want to keep it small? Do you want it to be unisex, just the ladies? Your choice. What? So this is the kind of theme that you want. Do you want it to be a potluck, a brunch? Do you want it to be at the beach, a barefoot baby shower theme? Do you want it to be animal theme, disco theme? Whatever floats your boat. When many women decide to have their baby shower around the beginning of their third trimester, I had mine 2 weeks before my due date, so there really is no right or wrong time to have your baby shower. And the where, this ties into the theme. Do you want it to be indoors, outdoors, at your house, at a friend's house, at a restaurant? The possibilities are endless. And the why is much more obvious. We're all celebrating the new life that you're growing, and we're celebrating you, the mother, and the journey that you're on with your baby and your partner. And you get to set the tone for this baby shower. If you want it to be high energy, a big to-do, that's great. You can make it that. If you want it to be more simple, more calm, more peaceful, that is great as well. You decide, you set the tone. Memory preservation. Baby showers are chock full of amazing opportunities to make memories. And so to capture those memories, I recommend either hiring a professional photographer and videographer or electing a friend or family member to take videos and take lots of photos during the party. A few other little ideas is a rock wish station, and you can have lots of small, big, medium-sized, whatever rocks in this basket or jar, and have marking pens, and people can write little words or messages on the rock for your baby, and then you can put this in your garden, in your home, wherever you want. You can also have a time capsule where people bring different tokens that represent that year, that help you remember what was going on in the world the year that baby was born. And then there is an advice and well-wisher book, and this can be just like a scrapbook with blank pages where people can write down advice for the parents, well wishes for the baby, or anything that they want to put in the book. That's kind of fun to look at later. Candy diapers, question mark. So activities. Baby shower activities really run the gamut from somewhat cheesy but fun games like the candy diapers, where you melt different chocolate candies in diapers and try to guess what candy it is, or things that are a little bit more creative. You could have a essential oil mixing station as a fun activity. You can have a Guess the belly circumference, where people guess how wide the belly is, and then you measure, and the person who gets the closest wins. A onesie decorating station, rubber ducky bobbing. Oh yeah, that is so much fun. You have two bins full of water and rubber duckies. Whoever can get all the rubber duckies out first with their mouth wins. That's a winner in my book. So you can really make your baby shower whatever you want it to be. This is your celebration, your party. Have fun with it. Mother blessing. So the mother blessing is a Native American ceremony meant to bless the spiritual growth of the mother. And if you want to just have a blessing way, then you honor the father as well, and it's a unisex ceremony. So the who, what, when, where, and why of the mother blessing is similar to the baby shower, but the why is a bit different. Again, it's more about honoring you and your rite of passage into this new life that you will enter when you become a mother. And the mother blessing is more about the spirit than about stuff. And with the mother blessing, it's really nice to have a facilitator. So you have somebody besides yourself that is guiding the activities, putting out the food, organizing everything that's happening so you can just rest and relax. The mother blessing is really ideal for a potluck because this really celebrates community by allowing each guest to bring and share food. And the mother blessing is an event that can be seen as kind of a rite of passage for mother or parents. And this is a time to really meditate on that bigger picture and on the life that you're moving into. Mother blessings are flush with really, really cool rituals that have a lot of meaning behind them. One ritual is that the mother wears a special wreath of flowers. This signifies that she is the person of honor at the ceremony. Drumming is always a lot of fun. Burning incense, having candles. My favorite ritual in a mother blessing is to have everyone bring a token of significance for the parent to sit in a circle, and one by one each person gives that token to you or you and your partner, and they share a little story about the meaning behind that token and what they're passing over to you. And this can also be a really great time for guests to share uplifting birth stories. Uplifting birth stories. And as everyone is leaving, give each person a candle and then create a group in your phone or your partner's phone with everybody's phone numbers. And when you go into labor, send out a mass text letting everybody know and letting everybody know to light their candle. And as they light their candle, they're sending loving energy to you and your baby and your family. Sentiment versus consumerism. So often the baby shower is full of stuff, and more stuff, and the baby registry is full of stuff. And while we need certain items to make life easier with baby, it's kind of nice to have recycled gifts. So one option is you can request that gifts be purchased from a secondhand store or be hand-me-downs. Especially if you have a lot of friends that are parents, I bet they have a wealth of items that they're just dying to pass on to somebody. And so this is a really great opportunity. Homemade gifts always contain an extra dose of love. So encouraging homemade gifts is really nice. Books versus cards. You know, so often we get these beautiful cards with wonderful sentiments, inside, and we don't really have a place to put them, and we end up recycling them eventually. And that's such a shame. We want to be able to hold on to those beautiful messages. So one thing that you can do is ask guests to bring books, children's books, instead of cards, and write their message in these books. And so you create your stockpile of wonderful books that you can read to baby, and they have these wonderful messages inside. Ask people to bring their favorite book from when they were a child. And you can gently make these suggestions in your invite. You don't have to demand that people only bring you recycled gifts, homemade gifts, or a book if they really want to go out and buy you something new. I mean, that is their right, that's their prerogative. But you can say something like, we encourage recycled gifts or homemade gifts. And instead of a card, you can maybe bring a book with your message inside. You can use whatever verbiage you want, but these are gentle suggestions that you can make to have a baby shower that's full of more sentiment than consumerism. How to organize the bedroom where the new kind of magic happens. All right, so even though you won't be doing as much sleeping or lovemaking once baby is born, you'll likely still spend a great amount of time in your bedroom. So I want it to be a really soothing sanctuary for you. We're going to go over storage, how to zone out your bedroom, what to leave out, how to introduce calming colors, what images to select, furniture placement, how to invite in more sensuality, and how to maintain all of this once we've created it in the bedroom. Storage. All right, so even the best clutter busters amongst us will have items that are better used and not constantly seen that need to be stored in their bedroom. So here are some recommendations for how to store your bedroom necessities that need to be used but don't necessarily need to be a focal point in this soothing sanctuary that we're creating. And 2 rules of thumb to keep in mind: if possible, keep it off the floor and keep it simple. All right, so your nightstand, you likely have items like your glasses, hand cream, a book that you use on a regular basis when you're in bed, but you don't necessarily want to have them spread out on the flat surface of your nightstand. So ideally, you have a nightstand that has a drawer in it where you can keep these items. And if that's not possible, you can get a nice decorative basket to store these items in a place that's accessible, but not easily viewable. I really only want you to have a nice lamp, maybe a glass of water, and that basket if you need it on your nightstand. Under bed storage, I utilize every last inch of my under bed storage. We bought a lot of pull-out drawers that you can really get from any Container store, and they're created specifically for under the bed. And these are really nice for storing clothes that you don't need to have hung up. In furniture storage, this is similar to the underbed storage. There are many cribs, bed frames that have built-in storage. A set of dresser drawers, that's an obvious one. These are all really great options. On the wall and decorative storage. So these are aesthetically pleasing storage items that will be viewed, that will possibly be a focal point. And if this decorative or on the wall storage is open storage, I recommend that you only place visually appealing items on them, like books or images or a nice little sculpture. Zone it out. All right, so I want you to think of a kindergarten classroom. The activity zones in a kindergarten classroom really help to maintain a clear and organized atmosphere in a space that can be somewhat chaotic, right? So this will be especially important if you're also setting up a nursery for your child, so you can create similar zones in the nursery as well. And mommies and daddies, we can receive just as much peace of mind from creating clear zones in our bedroom. And there will be a special type of energy created in each zone that will really facilitate the main activity that takes place in that space. So, for example, developing a really clear, serene sleeping zone will help to create a calm energy in that space and help you fall asleep. Your reading zone might be an area that is full of inspirational energy. Okay, your sleeping zone. So I really want you to focus on having extremely comfortable pillows, a mattress, fine, soft, beautiful, inviting linens on your bed. Just make sure the feel and color of each component of your bed makes you feel good. That is the number one goal here. And a little feng shui tip, the optimal feng shui headboard is composed of solid wood. This will literally and figuratively give you give your back and head good protection and support. And there's so many different colors, types of wood that it can really suit any style. All right, your dressing space. Have your accessories, your undergarments, shoes, and any other items that you need to get ready for the day in this one zone. Your reading zone, you want to have a comfortable chair, a good lamp, a cozy blanket, and books. This is where you might have a small bookshelf to store those books. Baby, if your bedroom is also going to double as the nursery, make sure you have a changing table or designated area where you have diapering supplies, baby clothes, blankets, and any other baby items that you need accessible. And electronics. All right, so the feng shui philosophy recommends the limitation of electronics in the bedroom. The television can sometimes act as a distraction when you're trying to bond with your baby or your partner or wind down for the night. But sometimes it's kind of fun to watch a movie in bed, right? So if you enjoy that occasional movie in bed, don't be afraid to follow that bliss and place that television in your room. And you can achieve a happy medium here by placing an aesthetically pleasing screen or one of the palms I talked about in the feng shui section in front of your television when it's not in use. Leave it out. All right, we want to ban visual to-dos from your bedroom. The only to-do that I want you to have in your bedroom is to relax, bond, make love, and go to sleep. So if possible, try to keep your laundry contained in a nice hamper, preferably in the closet. We don't want piles of mail in here. If you do have a workout machine in your bedroom, I really recommend that you get some of the aesthetically pleasing screens I just mentioned and cover it up when you're not using it. Any kind of weights, anything like that, keep it out of view when you're not using it. Cleaning supplies, again, better out of sight, especially when baby becomes mobile. We really don't want those cleaning supplies out. To-do lists. I don't want you to have a list of all of these things you need to do sitting by your bed. Keep that out of the bedroom. And back to clutter. Anything that's not absolutely loved or used all the time does not need to be seen. And again, even if it's used all the time, if it doesn't look nice, keep it stored out of sight. Calming colors. Colors really impact our mood, the vibe in a space, how large or small a room feels, and they can really affect our sleep and love life. So we want to take stock of how you feel about the colors in your room. How do they make you feel? Skin tones are really great for inviting in more soothing energy into a bedroom. Lighter colors make a small room feel larger, and darker colors make a large room feel smaller. And I recommend if you have a color that's not a skin tone that you just love, you can use that color in a light hue of that color to introduce yin energy into your room. And then you can introduce the yang energy by having pops of brighter colors. We can incorporate in a bit more color with the images that you choose to hang or display in your room. Pops of red, that brings in that sensuality, that sexuality. Beautiful frames, metal frames, wooden frames help to invite in different elements of feng shui. Less is more. I recommend not covering your walls in images, but just choosing a few key images that really evoke a lot of romance and relaxation within you. You can have a beautiful black and white photo of you and your partner, a photo of different places that you've traveled or that you want to go, and really any images that, again, evoke that sense of romance and relaxation in you. And that will look differently for each person. Furniture placement. So when you are organizing your furniture, I want you to make sure that the most appealing piece of furniture is the main focal point when you enter the room. So if the sight of your bed or say your plush reading chair fill you with a sense of serenity, place them at a prominent location in your bedroom. And remember to avoid placing your bed directly in line with the door, as this can prevent positive energy from entering your sensual sleep space. Another tidbit of feng shui right there. Okay, so after you create a pleasing focal point in your bedroom, focus next on furniture functionality. So, for example, don't place your dresser across the room from your closet just because there's some empty wall space. Figure out how to keep your various pieces of furniture in their designated zone, or at least close to it. Okay, another example. So your reading chair, it should be located near your bookshelf and a good source of natural light. And then your nighttime necessities like the reading glasses, hand cream we talked about should be located by your side of the bed. And your accessories, they should be stored near your closet and dresser. So you'll save a great amount of time each day by having your furniture and your storage containers in or near their logical zone. And again, less is more. You only want to have the essential pieces of furniture, storage options, and items in your bedroom. Sensuality. So as much as you love your teeny baby that you're going to have, you will still want to have some alone time with your partner. So once you get that go ahead about 6 to 8 weeks postpartum, I want you to feel like you actually have the urge to have sex. So a few ways to introduce more of that sexy vibe into your bedroom is to have tones of red, not too much red, but a few little pops of red will do great at sparking that lust. If you have a fireplace in your bedroom, light it up. If you don't have a fireplace, a few candles really introduce that same soft glow. And that soft glow that a fireplace or candles produce is really forgiving, which is really nice, especially when we're feeling maybe a little self-conscious about our bodies those first few weeks postpartum. No TV. TV is really distracting. So if you're wanting to have sex or just wanting to bond with your partner, I recommend turning off the TV, even covering it with a scarf, putting screens, a plant, something in front of it, so you're not tempted to turn it back on and zone out. Fresh air introduces that invigorating, energizing energy into the space. Open a window if it's not too cold outside. Essential oils can really produce a sexy vibe in the space. Rose, jasmine, sandalwood, those are three really great scents. You can get an essential oil diffuser, and this leaves a gentle hint of the aroma in your bedroom. It's not too overpowering. And lighting. You want to have really great lighting. I recommend turning off overhead lights and using that safe fire that we talked about earlier, or just turning on one or two lamps to create that soft glow. And as tempting as it might be to turn off all lights, because again, we might be a little bit self-conscious with our bodies, I recommend having some lighting so you can actually look into the eyes of your partner. That might sound cheesy, but it has really powerful effects. Maintain. All right, so once we've created this calm, this clarity, this organization in the bedroom, I want you to be able to maintain it. So make your bed every day. This might sound simple, and it is, but when we have a baby, it's so easy to shirk this quick activity, and it making the bed, it really rejuvenates that sense of calm in your bedroom. And it's just not very satisfying to climb into an unmade bed at the end of the day, right? 5-minute put away, spend 5 minutes at the end of each day just putting away items in your bedroom that took a temporary vacation from their assigned home. Donate. I recommend having a donation box in your closet, in your garage, somewhere easily accessible that you throw donation items in whenever you come across one. If you're getting dressed in the morning and you put on a pair of jeans that you just don't like anymore, you have a piece of jewelry that you're not into, throw it into the donation box. When the donation box fills up, take it to your local shelter or Salvation Army. 3-month throwaway. Okay, so every 3 months, I recommend spending, a minimum of an hour going through everything in your bedroom and filling up that donation box. And if you have the energy, let this 3-month throwaway bleed into other rooms of your house, but don't overwhelm yourself. Okay, so I split up the checklists in this section because I want you to have, a separate checklist for the ceremonies, for the bedroom, and onward. Okay, so for your ceremony checklist, decide whether you want to have a baby shower, a mother blessing, or both. Make your guest list. If you're going to combine the baby shower and mother blessing, great. Make one guest list. If you're going to have two, then make a separate guest list for each. Decide who is going to host each ceremony, when they will be, where they will be, what food and drink you're going to serve. If you're going to have a host, awesome, they will do most of this for you, but you still want to have a hand in the decision making. What are your gift requests going to be, if any? Are you going to have a baby registry? Are you going to request that people bring handmade gifts, recycled gifts? It's your choice. And then decide what activities you would like. If you want the chocolate candy diaper game, great. If you want something a little bit more creative, awesome. This is where you make that decision. And I want you to write all of this down. It'll be much easier to follow through with these tasks when they're written down. Furniture checklist. You'll likely already have many of these, but if you do plan on buying new furniture before baby is born, this will help you get clear about what you actually need. All right, so you want a bed with good linens and good, nice, soft pillows. If you think that baby will be co-sleeping with you and you have a small bed, this is when you could consider upgrading, getting a larger bed. All right, a dresser, you want to make sure that your dresser can hold everything you need. Nothing kills good energy like a dresser drawer that is hard to open or is overflowing. Matching nightstands and matching lamps. This makes for really good feng shui. The symmetry is very pleasing and invites in good energy. Your baby station. This is where you'll have your changing table and your clothes storage. Additional storage. Okay, so the items with an asterisk next to them, these are optional items. If you need additional storage in your bedroom, in addition to the changing table, your nightstands, and your dresser, this is where you can buy that under bed storage, hanging storage, whatever suits you. Silk screens, if you are going to keep your television or any big piece of workout equipment in your bedroom, I recommend getting silk screens to cover those up when they're not in use. And if you have room left over, I recommend moving in a very comfortable chair. This can be your glider chair for breastfeeding baby and your reading chair. Bedroom checklist. All right, so clear out that clutter, get rid of visual to-dos, decide if you want to paint your room or introduce, softer colors in the form of accents, images, bedding. Add pops of red to add sensuality, hang a few pleasing images. Introduce nature into your bedroom by opening windows, having images that depict nature, or having a small rock fountain. Map out your zones. I want you to draw out how you are going to create the zones in your bedroom. Where will your sleeping zone be, your reading zone, your dressing zone, baby zone, and onward. Test the functionality of your zones. Okay, so after you've mapped it out, after you've set them all up, spend a week using them and seeing if anything needs to be moved around. And ensure you have fresh air by opening the windows, using essential oils, or having an air purifier or air purifying plants. All right, we are at the end of this module, second trimester mind. Next up will be the body. See you then.